Education. This is a really broad topic, and a very popular one in IELTS. Any part of IELTS can challenge you with questions related to education. We therefore need to focus on this topic as well. Let's start with the types of education. We distinguish several types. Secondary education. Traditionally, in the U.S., secondary education refers to school studies, grades 9 to 12, and culminates in a high school diploma. A typical next academic milestone is what is called higher education. Higher education is studies beyond high school. Example: higher education in the Western world is usually voluntary. Note: in some countries, the term tertiary education is used instead. As a result of your studies, you hopefully receive an official recognition in the form of some qualification. General types of qualifications are certificate, for short academic programs; diploma, university-level programs shorter than a degree; degree, relatively long academic programs covering specific areas in great depth. Traditionally, the first degree you acquire is the bachelor's. You can then apply for master's and PhD, or doctorate. Example: PhD courses may be a mix of theory and practice in your chosen subject. To start your studies in a recognized university, you normally have to meet specific requirements. Let's talk about them using specific vocabulary. Entry admissions are requirements for prospective students and could be expressed as your minimum grade level during your previous studies, minimum score in specific standardized tests like IELTS, TOEFL, ACT, GMAT, and so forth. Another way to say it is entrance requirements. While choosing your future institution, you consider a number of aspects such as university rankings and curricula. Let's stop here. Curriculum is another super popular term. It means the content taught in a specific academic program. By curriculum, we often mean courses offered by a school. Example: curriculum is one of the foundational elements of effective teaching. Let's continue. Another important thing you usually have to carefully consider is tuition and cost of attendance. Basically, it's money you have to invest in your studies. Tuition fees are what you pay directly to the university, and the cost of attendance includes food, housing, transportation, books, and supplies. Top-tier institutions. Another very useful expression, which means leading or prestigious institutions, often charge thousands of dollars yearly. To ease the burden on their budget, many students apply for financial aid. It could come in the form of a scholarship. Scholarship is money for your education, awarded based on various criteria defined by a sponsor. Example: there are a number of scholarship schemes run by governments, charities, and other organizations. There are other forms of financial aid which include bursaries, grants, fellowships. Bursaries are awarded on the basis of financial need, so it is a certain type of social financial help. Grants are funds provided by a certain party, often a government department, corporation, or foundation, to an individual or institution. Fellowships usually refer to grants in support of post-baccalaureate projects or to pre-baccalaureate projects pursued outside the standard curriculum. Example: presidential candidate Hillary Clinton called for cutting student debt. Now, let's talk about learning modes. The typical decision for most students is to study full-time, but for those who work part-time, studying can be a more realistic solution. You can also choose to study distantly, or via some trendy online program, or e-learning. Or you might prefer a combination of on-campus and distance studying, which is called the blended mode. Talking about online programs, I will mention some other hot terms and concepts. MOOC is a recent development in distance education rapidly gaining popularity. It stands for Massive Open Online Course. It is an online course that has open access and interactive participation published on the web. Example: Coursera, which emerged thanks to Stanford University professors in 2012, has by far the largest number of offered courses. Let's go through some other useful words and phrases. They are given in a list so that you can revise the ones you already know and learn some new useful expressions. Educational verbs: to revise, to enroll in a degree course, to review, to research, to attend classes, to major in a subject, to deliver a lecture, to graduate from a university, to keep up with your studies, to demonstrate academic gains, to strengthen analytical and reasoning skills, to broaden horizons, to fall behind with studies, to evaluate, to procrastinate. Refreshment. And there is also a short list of great words that don't fit into any one category. You might already know some of them, others might appear to be new to you. Try to remember them or write them into your notepad and think of some examples with them. Practice makes perfect. Campus, essay, debate, attendance, compulsory, inquisitive, dissertation, discipline, faculty, peer, literacy, alumni, assignment, thesis, environment,